Hey, I've been wanting to do, hey YouTube, I've been wanting to do a video on kind of some of my favorite things in my collection, either for sentimental reasons or because I think it's really unique or just really cool, or it's just like a standby to go to. Most of these are going to be box sets. In fact, probably all of them will be, but I won't swear to that. I just want to show you some of the things that I think are really special in my collection and tell you why. So I'll do some creative editing so you don't have to watch me get the stuff and put it back and everything. But the first one I want to show is an obvious choice, and if you don't own this, you really should. As Aaron Pin would like to say, you really owe it to yourself to get this if you don't have it. And I'm going to guess most people who are fans of the movie franchise have this one. I'm talking about the box set celebrating the 5 decades of James Bond, Bond 50. This is it. Beautiful, beautiful package. As you, in case you haven't seen it, which I can't imagine. If you haven't seen it, you've got a nice hardcover book, and then you've got each of the Blu-rays behind which one of the Bond girls, and some iconic photos there. And each one of these is you've seen this type before, a pretty thick cardboard case. Beautiful pictures throughout, which I really enjoy, and then of course the discs. The discs are plain, but the artwork surrounding them is not. This is one of my favorite pictures here of the Bond girl. Kind of a leg man, so that really jumped out at me right there. Anyway, all the classics are here. If you don't know James Bond movies, you're probably not going to buy this set. Well, maybe you would. But I highly recommend it to anybody who likes good action movies. These certainly have that. Great music, great villains. A little over the top, but maybe a lot over the top sometimes. But that's okay. It's James Bond, 007. So that's one of them. And now on to the next one. Okay, the next one in my list, or just some of my favorite things I've got, is this one. And I just got this this year, but man, I've been waiting for this thing since I've been collecting DVDs. And that is, and so have a lot of people, by the way, I'm not alone, Batman, the complete television series from the 60s. Adam West, Burt Ward, the whole cast of great villains. And this really was a lot about the villains, if you think about it. The villains always got some of the best lines, and really was a great show. Everybody wanted to be on it. It was so iconic at the time. This opens like this. You've all seen this by now. This opens. You've got the beautiful Batmobile, the replica here. You've got the cards, which I've never opened, but I've seen other people's, and I'm okay with that for now. I'll open it eventually. The book, all episodes, they look beautiful. Of course, you know, you can't... Yeah, you can't beat that for a package. It really is nice. And this thing, I've said it before, but I have lights behind my television, these lights that you put behind your television make it easier to view. And when they hit these colors here, this thing almost looks like it glows in the dark. It's really a sweet set. Love having it on my shelf. Watched quite a bit of it. Of course, I'm very familiar with all the episodes, but great guide, great episodes. Batman, definitely one of my favorites. All right, back with the next one. This one's a DVD box set. Probably a lot of people don't have this, but I love it. I've watched it, or parts of it, I don't know how many times. I just really am a fan of the music, of the band, of their story, as tragic and sad as in a lot of ways it is. And I was always a fan of the band as long as I can remember. I'm talking about the Beatles and the Beatles Anthology. Beautifully done. Not on Blu-ray, as far as I'm aware. I think I'd know if it was. I bought this when it came out. I don't remember what I paid for it, but there's the front, some of the older shots of the Beatles when they first started out. Hamburg, Germany. Cavern Club in Liverpool. Their first album. And then on the back, later years, Let It Be, Abbey Road. Yeah, real iconic stuff. And then it just forms a cohesive picture here as you look across. Great stuff on it. Of course, they'd gotten together and did Free as a Bird, which took a John Lennon song, and Real Love. It took a John Lennon song and made videos out of it. Each one of the remaining Beatles at the time did a video. And each one of the remaining Beatles are interviewed on this set throughout. Starts early in their career, goes all the way through to the end of the Beatles, and lots of special features on it. Really like it a lot. It's something I can pop in at any time and watch and really enjoy. So that's the Beatles Anthology. Great stuff, and one of my favorite things that I own for lots of reasons. I forgot how heavy this next set is. There's lots to it. It was only on for 5 seasons, but it's so iconic that this was on, I watched it in reruns, but what an iconic series. And I loved his follow-up series, The Night Gallery, just as much. Well, not quite as much. I'm talking about Rod Serling's The Twilight Zone, the complete series. And if there's one Blu-ray set I really wanted, was this. And when this thing came out, I had the old DVD set. I can't remember what I did with it. I think I gave it to my son, my oldest boy. I think I gave it to him. I don't remember anymore what I had with the DVDs. And it wasn't the whole series. It was like a collection of, and it was about 10 DVDs. Anyway, this is the Blu-ray. It's got tons of special features, Rod Serling interviews and radio interviews, and some stuff he did on college campuses that they had the audio from. Love the look of it. I usually have it on my shelf this way. But, yeah, The Twilight Zone, Rod Serling. 24 discs, all the special features, which I love on this. Commentaries, unaired pilot version of something called Where Is Everybody? The rare unofficial pilot episode called The Time Element, which is also great. All the promos for next week's shows, the television commercials, which in between, which are awesome. Really nice, really like it. We're talking about 76 hours, 75 hours worth of entertainment here. If you've never seen The Twilight Zone, oh my God. If you have, then you know what I'm talking about. I say oh my God because this was such an iconic show, such a great show. Sentimental, scary, thought-provoking, you name it. Surprises, twists galore. Some of the episodes I remember are the man who he's a drunkard, and he finds Art Carney stars, and he finds a suit, a Santa Claus suit, and he puts it on, and he finds actually he's playing Santa Claus, but he's a drunk. He finds a bag in an alley, and it appears to be Santa's bag, because when he reaches into it, anything that the other person seems to want or need is in there. And so he travels the night making other people happy. And it's kind of a sad ending in a lot of ways, but what a great episode. Some others that come to mind are the man who all he wants to do is read, Burgess Meredith. And he hates people but loves books, and he gets his wish, and all the people in the world are dead except for him. And he has all the rest of his life to be able to read books, although it might not be quite as simple as he thinks. Just some great episodes. There's just a ton of them. There's so many I enjoy. The one where there's fear that there's going to be the big bomb hitting, and somebody's got in their basement, they built a bomb shelter, and the rest of the neighborhood wants to come in, but of course he only has enough for his family, and so that can create some interesting neighbors when that happens. Anyway, The Twilight Zone. Great drama. Science fiction, horror, whatever you want to call it. Great stuff. And on to the next one. This one's a more recent pickup. It may have been one of the videos I deleted. I don't remember anymore. So I'm proud and happy to put it back up here. I love this set. I think I picked it up on Amazon. No, I picked it up off eBay. That's right. For a really good price considering what it's been going for at other places. Love this TV series. It reminds me a little bit of MASH, but from a woman's point of view, and the music in this was just, and the reason it took so long to have this come out on DVD, it's on DVD, because of the music. And the music was hard to get. They've got almost all of it. Enough that I'm happy. China Beach, the complete series. If you've never seen China Beach, it will move you to tears at times. It will make you want to pump your fist in the air for some of the characters. It was very character driven. There's some wonderful characters in this story, and it is a story. It ran 4 seasons, and all 4 are here, and comes with a nice book called Tales from the Five and Dime. Yeah. Featured Dana Delaney as Colleen McMurphy. She was gorgeous in it. And every guy wanted her, but she was like one of the guys, she would say. But not like any of the guys I know. Wonderful cast. This just has the reminiscences in it. Reminiscences. Hard to say some words sometimes. Maybe I should have had one last drink. Oh, no, not really. China Beach. Really like it. Again, woman's point of view for the most part. The women characters in this were very strong. And the music is beautiful. Music from the 60s and 70s. China Beach was a Vietnam deal. So, yeah. Great stuff. This is kind of another one that is kind of a sort of tribute to my dad. I bought it, but I always think of my dad when I watch this. Very few things made my dad laugh real hard. Not that he didn't have a sense of humor, just very few things made the man laugh really hard. He chuckled at a lot of things. But as far as like knee slapping, you know, really laughing, this is one thing that did it, and it made me laugh too. I don't think you could do this show today, and yet this show was on in the 70s. I don't remember exactly when in the 70s, 1970 to 1979. And it, you know, it got worse after a point, but I think it was real strong for most of the 9 seasons. And another TV show, obviously, 208 original episodes, including a 3-part retrospective from 1979, which is great, hosted by Henry Fonda. What I'm talking about here is All in the Family. I don't think this show could be on the air today. It's so politically incorrect. It's hilarious. Carol O'Connor, who played Archie Bunker. If you've never seen this, Google it. Put it up on YouTube and just watch some snippets of Archie Bunker, his wife Edith, his daughter Gloria, and her husband Michael Stivic, the meathead. Watch some of these episodes. Watch him refer to Jewish people, black people, you name it, Irish people. Of course, he was Irish, but in the show, you never know what the heck Bunker was. British people, English people, just about everybody was fair game for Archie Bunker. Bigoted, conservative. Nixon was his man, although Nixon, of course, had his problems during 1970, 1979, but Nixon was his man nonetheless. And these are just great, great, great episodes. There's not one that doesn't make me laugh, and there's some that'll make you cry. They managed to mix in that you know, pathos along with the comedy. You had to love Archie. We knew he was bigoted, but we also knew he loved his wife and he loved his daughter. And yeah, he had problems with the meathead, but in the end, he loved the meathead too. Yeah, if you've never watched All in the Family, I don't know what to tell you other than buckle up, be prepared for something that is really out there and really enjoyable. All in the Family. Here's what it looks like on my shelf. Another top shelf item for me. Really like it. And this is something I can pop in anytime, watch any of these, and love them. I keep this in the best condition I can because I want this to be something my kids can watch sometime when they get older. I think they'd really enjoy it. Yeah, All in the Family. One of my favorites. Another one of my favorites.